everyone, you're very welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Igwe Chidima. If you're new here, you are very welcome. Hit that subscribe button so you can join the family. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. So this is not a full tutorial. I just want to show us how I made this peplum on the dress. So if you can see from the thumbnail, it is actually a skirt and blouse, but my client wants it as a gown. So what I'm doing here, I've actually sewed the dress, obviously, and I'm trying to mark the point where the peplum is going to be. So you can see from the cut, like half cut, I measured 2 inches upwards. Like I went up from the half cut by 2 inches, as you can see. So I'm going to mark it and connect it down to where my dart stopped. As you can see where I'm pointing here, where my dart stopped at the front, I'm going to repeat the same at the back as well. So I'm going to connect that line I marked, this line, up to where my dart stopped at the front and also at the back, just like you see me doing here. So this is it as well. I've also marked this back point. So just from your waistline, just mark 2 inches upwards. So I'm going to connect that down to where my dart stopped. Well, sorry, I'm not connecting it down to where my dart stopped because I'm seeing the dart area. So I didn't use my chalk to mark it, right? So I'm seeing where my dart stops. But I'm explaining that you have to measure the point to where your dart stopped. So when you will see me using my tape, I'm going to start my measurement. As you can see where I'm touching here, that's where my dart stopped. So that's where I'm going to use to take my measurement. This is for me to get the circumference of the peplum that I'll be cutting. Okay, so while I'm placing my tape, here is where my dart stopped. So I'm going to place it round this circle that I've made. I'm going to use it to cut the circumference of the peplum, right? So I got 20 inches here. So from one dart to the other dart that I measured, it's 20 inches. So I fold my fabric here into 2 places. This is just to use to cut the peplum now. So I divided the 20 inches I got from the circumference into 2, that's 10. So I place my tape like so. As you can see, it's 10 that I have there. I place my tape to get 10. Okay, see 10. So I've just mark it round like this. This is a half circle. It's not a full 360 circle peplum. It's a half circle. So this is how I got mine. Very easy. So this is a two-step peplum. So the first one I made it 8 inches. Then the second one I'm going to make it, that the second one that will be on top is going to be 4 inches. So this first one is 8 inches, and I'm going to mark 8 inches all the way around. So tell me, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why? Why? Like, why? What are you waiting for? Please subscribe to the channel, okay? Please, kindly subscribe to the channel and also like this video. Please. Thank you. As you do so. So after cutting that out, I'm going to trim off this rough edge. Okay, so this is what we have here, a half peplum circle, half circle flay, whichever one. So I'm going to use it to cut the other part. I've folded the fabric into 2 and I've marked the place, but this is how I marked it. I placed the other first one that I've cut and then used my chalk to trace out the circle, just like so. Then take it out and then take the full length of the second peplum. So I marked 5 inches here, but later on I reduced the length, the full circle length. So this is the 4 peplums already cut. You know it's going to be 2 on a side. It's 2 sides, both the right and the left side. So the other one side will be having 2 and the other side will be having two. So this is the peplum here. The next thing is to cut the lining. So I've cut the lining now, and I'm going to use a crinoline. So this is the main fabric and this is the lining. I use doll face for the lining. So I'm putting this crinoline at the lining side. Okay. So I'm going to sew it straight all the way round. So I'm done sewing it now, and I have closed this edge here. Remember to trim off. So I have sewn it and then I top stitched before closing up this part. After sewing the crinoline, I top stitched on it and then close up this part. Then here I was done turning it out. I'm going to iron and then close up that part. I've ironed and closed up the part, so I'm going to join the two peplum together now. So after I was done joining it, I knew there was just something that was not given in this peplum. So I didn't like the way it was. So I thought of giving it this shape. So instead of leaving it this way, covering it like this would be better. But then this should be done before the adding of that crinoline. So it was my mistake. I didn't do that, and then after I was done, I just know that there was something I'm not getting from the peplum. So I just remembered, and then I had to do this now. So after I was done, I had to sew it up back. Okay, so from the cutting, immediately you cut off your peplum, you can give it this shape. So after cutting one part, I'm placing it this way to cut the other side, just like you see me doing here. So I placed it, cut the bigger part, and then place the smaller part, the shorter one, and then I'm going to cut it as well. So this is what I have here. I'll go ahead and stitch this part also that I cut out. So this is the peplum. I think the shape is looking better off now. So what I'll do is to bring the dress, put it the side the way I marked it earlier. So I'm just highlighting those lines, the lines that I made. Then I'm going to bring the peplum right side facing right side, and then I'm going to pin it round. After pinning, then I'll go to my machine and stitch it. So as you can see the way it is. So right here, remember to open up the zip before you sew, so you don't go sewing two parts together. Okay, so here brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.